there's nothing down here that I haven't enjoyed. We really like going to the state parks and the national parks down here and hiking and eating out, of course. And the park that we're in, they have programs and activities to do. And we just, have a great time.
I really don't have any. Winter, there you can get out and get around. You're not just stuck inside. That's one of the best things about being down here in the winter. Why we come, because you can get out and be active, and you're not just sitting. So that's important. And I think a lot of the people that come down here are more active, and so they're healthier. And I think that's an important thing as well. They're a lot healthier coming down here. So at least we're healthier when we're here.
Yeah.
The people are friendly. Of course, the weather here is good. And if we hadn't moved down here when we did, my husband would be in a wheelchair by now because of his arthritis. And when it's cold here, he has a problem. But it only lasts a day or two, and then we're back up into the 80s, and it's wonderful. And the medical staff down here, I have a girlfriend, she's almost like my sister, and she went home for the summer and ended up total kidney failure. They discharged her. She came back here, went to her family doctor here, and the family doctor said, "Why did they discharge you with a high white count?" And she said, "I don't know." So they've been running some major tests on her to find out where the infection is. That's the reason we like the doctors down here, because it's not a herd them up, round them out type. Because this is seniors down here, so they know seniors. Up north, at the age of 65, you're no longer a asset, you're a liability. So take 2 aspirins and call me in the morning.
Warm weather brings me to South Texas. We lived in Kansas originally, and it gets pretty cold there, and I don't like the cold anymore, so we come where it's warm.
It's also less expensive down here than Florida. So that's another reason we chose Texas over Florida or Arizona. The people down here are so friendly. We just have made some good friends, and we love all the people. So we haven't run into any people that were not just friendly and helpful and
I think one thing, the cost of living is just expensive every place else.
Yeah, going up everywhere.
When we go out west, it's cost twice to stay as what it does here. Florida's the same way, and I mean it's higher price,
close,
but it's still cheaper than any place else.
But he liked the idea that it was economical to live here. Extremely economical. And the only time we see a raise in commodities is when the winter Texans come. But it's still not anything like up north. And gas has always been reasonable here.
I mean, everywhere seems to have gone up. And so we were in Santa Fe in August and stayed in the RV park out there. And it cost us double to stay out there than what it cost here. And everything else was higher too, food and restaurants and everything. So I still think it's cheaper here than it is in a lot of places that we have been to. Same thing we went to the Smoky Mountains. Was that last year?
Yep.
We were out there in Tennessee and North Carolina, and it was a lot more expensive out there too. So the primary reason for us coming here is still it's less expensive than it is in a lot of the other places.
expensive to live here. A house here would go for $200,000, would sell for $3,000 or $4,000 in San Antonio. The food down here, 3 pounds of tomatoes for $1. So they come down for that reason, but they bring their attitudes with them. And I don't know if they act that way up north, but a lot of them come down here to party. Your Canadians especially, because alcohol in Canada is outrageous. Here it's very inexpensive. So anywhere you go, it's, do you want a drink? You know, and it's usually top shelf stuff. And cheese. Oh, my girlfriend just went nuts. We went to the store and she's buying 2 pounds of this cheese at $6.95 a pound. And I said, oh my gosh, Yvonne, how can you do that? And she said, you know what, that would cost $50 where I come from. And they buy steaks, and they have steaks 2 or 3 times a week, because meat up there is just priceless.
I have seen that with the cheese at Costco. Big block of Munster cheese. I'm like, that's only how much?
Exactly.
So,
What would make it so you never come back to the valley here?
I don't. I think we'll keep coming back. Other than
Probably.
climate change.
well, or if our health is not to where we can come back and stay in our RV. But I wouldn't want to be here year round though, because the summers are too hot. We'll go north somewhere where it's cooler in the summer and come back in the winter.
What would make you leave?
Death. We will be here until we are removed by 6 other people.